Frames of History today we speak with Jim and Jessie Murenu, who are long-time Mildura Italian inhabitants, let's put it that way.
Call me Jimmy.
I call you Jimmy.
Yeah.
I was born here. I'm a Mildura girl.
Yes, well, I want to ask you about that. Jessie, let's start with you. So your family was already here in Mildura?
Yes, yes.
Where were they from originally, your family?
Calabria in Italy.
Your mother and father both?
Yes, both in
So they came
Calabria.
here together?
No, my dad came first, and then he got my mother to come as well.
My father came first. After a couple of years, wasn't happy, went back to Italy.
That's right, yeah.
And he got his wife pregnant. He found out that Italy was worse still, so he came back to Australia.
My dad was in Tasmania at the time that he sent for his mum and children to come to Australia, and this cousin got in touch with my dad and said, when your wife and children come to Australia, come here to Bendigo because it's a very nice place and you'll like it. Another friend of ours was in Tasmania and he had come to Mildura, Ilario Piscaneri, and he bought a fruit block here in Mildura. And so he got in touch with my dad and said, Ilario, I want you to come to Mildura because I want you to come and be in partner with me on this property that I've just bought, and you'll like it here, and bring your family here too.
Yep.
So they came to Mildura and went in partnership with this Ilario Piscaneri at Cardross, and then they was there for about
1 year.
1 year. They sort of put joint partnership within the block. And then at one stage my dad said, we're two families here, we're too many on one property. I said, I'm going to move. Looked around and bought a property in Coolong. That was in 1938, I think.
Yes.
And I think my mum was pregnant with me and I was born when she went to live in Coolong.
Right.
My dad aged, he was 96 when he passed away. We had met and we were married and we decided to buy the property from him, so we bought the property from my dad and lived on the property there until, what year was it now? I can't remember. What year did we leave the property? 93, 96, I think, was it?
98, I think.
98.
So it's a long time then in the property,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And
39 years.
Yep. And so, Jimmy, when did you two meet? That's part of this that long story. How did you meet, actually? Where?
In Mildura.
I was working. I was one of the first Italian girls that was allowed. I was a rebel because I was at school. And this gentleman came to the school looking for someone to work in an office.
Was it real estate? What was it?
No, it was the Mildura Hospital Fund.
Oh. So you were still at school and you thought that sounded interesting?
Yes, I was still at school, and so I decided to go, get the job. I got the job. I went to interview with Mr. Adair, and he gave me the job. He said, yes, I want you to come because he wanted me to, because he knew I could speak Italian as well as English. He wanted me to be an interpreter in the office.
But did he want Italian speaking or just another language at the time?
I think Italian, because there were a lot of Italians
I'm thinking
here in
it must have
Mildura.
been for a reason.
Yeah. Yes, I was 16, I think, when I started
Mum and
working.
Dad were happy or not happy that you left school?
I didn't tell my mum that I was going.
You didn't tell her. You pretended you were going to school every day.
Yes, I did.
True? Did you wear your school uniform?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, she eventually found out, and she was quite happy then. She was quite happy.
So, where did you meet Jimmy?
I met you on Night Street.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Because when
I saw her walking.
When I finished work at 5 o'clock, I had to wait until 5:45 to catch the bus to go home. So I would go around the city, and one particular day I was walking down 8th Street and this car was parked in 8th Street, and this gentleman was in the car and he smiled at me and I smiled back, and that was it.
Do you remember Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. Going back to the conductors,
Yeah.
they asked me if I want to marry an Italian girl. It wasn't Jessie. There were two sisters, a pretty one and an ugly one.
Which one did you speak to?
They wanted me to ask for the ugly one. And I said, forget about it.
I'll take the other one, you said.
No, I didn't. I wasn't ready yet.
This was before you met Jessie, right?
Yeah, before me.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't quite ready yet because I want to be fully, I want to enjoy myself fully, my life fully. Because I had in my mind, once I get married, yeah, everything has to stop and they become a family man.
Yeah, of course.
Then walking to along White Street, I saw Jessie. I didn't know she was Jessie then. And walking along White Street, it was around lunchtime.
Mm. Did you know at that point Jessie was Italian?
I guess because just look at her, I knew she was Italian.
Yeah. You guessed.
And anyway, I understood that she would be able to accept me.
And she said yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
See, once she said yes, but eventually we got married. Then I was working at the Buffalo's, brickwork, down 7th Street. I was in charge of the forklift and front end loader. Mm-hmm. And I stayed there for nearly 2 years until her father asked me if I could have a month off, or a couple of months off, to help him doing the picking.
Ah, okay.
And naturally I had to ask the boss,
Yep.
Angelo Buffon.
Yeah.
He said, no problem. So I went to work with them, with the family. When the picking was over, my father-in-law, my future father-in-law, no, my father-in-law then, he offered me if I could stay to work on shares. And again, I had to ask my boss, it is okay with you if I could finish working with you in the brickwork.
Yep. Yep.
Now, I couldn't leave it just like that because being in charge of forklift and front end loader, it wasn't easy to find another one.
Yep. Right.
But they did anyway, and I left. I worked there on share for 1 year.
And this is in grapes?
Grapes, the block.
So this is when you really first began to get knowledge of grapes?
No, I had a bit of experience before that. I worked in a block for 9 months
Okay.
in a family with Sunny Cliffs. So I knew something about,
Yep.
going back a few years and then when I was in Italy, my parents wanted me to be an office work, which I did try. It wasn't my job. So I got in the furniture and I stayed there until I left to come to Australia. My mom had to be sick, real sick for many, many months. When I told them, when a cousin of her came home and told Mom, you can think that your son is dead. because you won't see him again. And that time, and I was very close to my family, and I was the only one working. In other words, I was supporting the family.
Did you think you would come to Australia and still support the family? Maybe?
In a small way.
In a small way. At any time did you ever think, I would like to go back to Sardinia?
Oh yeah, I went 5 times. Twice I went with my wife, once with all the family.
But you didn't want to go back and live there?
Oh, no,
You were home.
no.
You felt at home in Mildura?
I was quite happy in Australia. Australia, I found, was the place I have to stay.
How did you come? By ship?
From Italy, yeah, by ship, 42 days. Because the Suez Canal was blocked.
Yeah. 42 days?
42 days, yeah.
Where did the ship land?
First of all in Albany,
Yeah.
and then Melbourne.
Right round the bottom.
And this sent us to Bonegilla.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
So you went to Bonegilla?
I spent there, supposed to stay there 1 month.
What was it like, Bonegilla?
It was an army barracks.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to stay 1 month in Bonegilla, and then start a school or whatever they had to do, you know. I didn't, I ran away. I came to Mildura.
Jessie, when you were young, and you were born in Mildura,
Yes.
in Mildura at that stage, was the Italian community integrated into the rest of the town, or how did that feel growing up as a young Italian, a descendant of Italian girl?
Oh, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't too bad because I was able to communicate with Italians and Australians because I went to school.
Where'd you go to school?
Coolong Primary School.
And then?
And then the college.
Okay.
The
Catholic.
St. Joseph's
So it's
College.
got St. Joseph.
Yeah.
Grade 6 at Sacred Heart.
Yes,
then you went to
yeah,
St.
great,
Joseph's
yeah,
until
yeah,
year
yeah,
11.
yes.
So through those years at school, were your friends mostly Italian girls, or were they Aussie girls?
No, there were Aussie girls as well. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I only saw them at school. I didn't visit their house or anything like that. That wasn't possible.
So with your parents being Italian, they'd come to Australia.
Yes.
Was their circle of friends? How did you feel? Italian, mostly.
Italian, yes, mostly. Yes, Italians. Yes.
So you were
yes.
speaking Italian at home?
Oh yes, we spoke Italian. Yes.
Calabrian.
Calabrian.
Calabrian. Yes.
Because it's interesting in this story of Mildura, having the influx after the war. Mildura was set up back in the late 1800s and then developed.
Oh yes.
And then there was the influx of the inverted commas new Australians.
Yes,
they were called.
yes. There
new
were
Australians.
lots of new Australians then in those days.
Become
Yes.
after the war.
Yes.
I was born here, not that long after you, and integrating with the Italians wasn't what I considered to be normal until I got to secondary school and you started to grow up and you felt that there was an integration that you could mix. And I
Yes,
just wanted
that's
to know what it was like from your side of the fence.
Well, I went to school at Coolong Primary School, and then I went to into the Mildura St. Joseph's College.
St. Joseph.
Yes, and I was interpreting for Italian people that came into the office.
How did that go in the office? Did you have a lot of opportunity to use Italian in your job?
If anyone came in that couldn't speak very much English, I was always asked to go and help to do my job as an interpreter and ask them, fill out what they wanted and help them that way.
At home, what sort of food did you have when you were young? I'm interested to find out because, there was a certain section of town where you could buy Italian product. Like
Yes, well,
Aracos and along that.
yes, that's right. Yes, we did. Mm-hmm. Well,
So I'm interested to know what happened at home. Now, my father used to come back from he'd go out to fruit blocks and he'd tell me stories about the different food that he was given.
Oh yes, oh yeah, no, we had mostly pasta, a lot of pasta, and my mum and dad, my dad used to catch rabbits in the paddock. We had a paddock nearby, and that rabbit made the sauce, tasty sauce, and we had spaghetti a lot of spaghetti and soup. We had soup, boiled chicken soup.
You're growing your own veggies?
Oh yes, though. Oh yes,
Lots of
definitely tomatoes. Yes, and we had the block. When time came, my dad would plant peas and broad beans in between the rows of the vines.
Yep.
And we would have to go pick the broad beans and the peas when we were old enough. We were fairly young, about 7 or 8 years old. We'd have to go and start picking peas and broad beans, so that he could sell them.
Oh, I was going to say, would you sell them? They weren't for your use, they were...
No, to be sold. Yes.
Okay.
So it was a kind of a small market garden you were growing and selling?
It was in between the vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So where did you sell it, on the road, or did you bring it into town?
I think he used to bring it. He actually we had a horse.
Some much in Melbourne.
And also, we used to send it to Melbourne, but we had a horse and cart. We didn't have a car at the time. It was a horse and cart. We had to take everything in with the horse and cart and then sell them. You'd get rid of them and sell them, send them to Melbourne and get paid from Melbourne.
So you were growing enough then that it was enough to take to Melbourne?
Oh,
it was
yes,
more than just a small amount?
Oh, yes, it was enough to send to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was rows and rows of broad beans or peas, yes.
That's nice memories for you, the horse and cart and all the...
Yes, that's right. It was lovely. But we used to, picking peas, we'd get a sore back. It was a really bad sore back.
And you come with the picking too, of course, when the harvest came.
Oh yes, I was
It the whole
picking.
family.
Yes, always picking. Yes.
Yeah.
Except when I went to school, I went to school though.
Yeah.
I did go to school.
But after school there'd be plenty
yes,
of
you'd be
plenty
going.
of light
Yes,
to
as
work
soon as
after
I got home, I'd have to go and do some picking.
And those hot summers were just as hot then as now.
And we never had the air conditioning that we've got these days.
That's right. I just want to ask about one, the Vespas.
Vespa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, as I said, I had a 250 motorbike, and then I learned that the girls used to love the Vespa, and I traded in for a Vespa. From Bill Bailey's.
How did you go with the girls?
Beautiful.
The Vespa works.
Yeah.
So did you set up the Vespa Club in Mildura?
Yeah.
How many others? How many?
Oh, there were about 15, 20.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. I stood up on the seat, and off we go.
He was
And
crazy. He was absolutely crazy.
Drive them, steer the bike with my body.
Well, you survived. You did well. You...
Yeah.
He's still around.
When you're young, you
Oh, yeah.
might see the things.
Yeah. It sounds like it paid off. So thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jessie.
That's okay.
You're welcome.
It's lovely.